everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog. So we are back from a week's holiday, but today is an important episode and it's a bit of a roller coaster because today is make or break. If we can't get the ID3 to run, if we can't clear the crash codes, then this car is one big massive paperweight, and that is it. We've done everything that we can, so now it's down to Baz, who owns VAG Tuning Specialist, to do his magic to get this car to work. So VAG Tuning Specialist, really good company. I've used them many a times to code the lights on my TT and my S3, and to do the stuff that you can only do using ODIS, which is the VW proprietary software for registering and turning on features on a car. Now, the thing about ODIS and the thing about ID3s is that VW put a lot more intelligence into the car, so when they have a crash code detected, you can't just clear it using the standard OBD2 tool, including the popular VCDS and OBD11. They can't clear those crash codes as well. You have to use ODIS online. Now, if you have a crash ID3, VW aren't interested in it because, as far as they're concerned, it's too dangerous to work on, a bit like Tesla. So you need specialists like Baz who have access to ODIS and can actually clear those codes down to do the work for you. Now, the only thing, Baz has never worked on an ID3 before, so this will be his first one he's going to be working on. It's going to be interesting. You join us when we're about to start doing the initial diagnostics. Let's see how we get on.
Right, okay, so just to let you know what's going on, I got Baz now from VAG Tuning Specialist. He's now on my laptop and he is now doing some coding. We're just having a few issues with browser extension blocking his site, but we're getting through now, so we'll bring you back once we make some progress.
Okay, so we get through the initial browser extension issues that we had, and now Baz is connected to the car. He can now talk to the car remotely, and he's now doing his thing.
Okay, so Baz is now connected to ODIS and he's connected to the car, and yeah, all looking good so far. Well, this is just the connection of the car, but at least he can connect, which is the main thing.
Right, so progress has been made. A number of the issues I couldn't clear because they were coming up with unrecognized data, Baz has actually cleared. So there's something like 50 odd faults. We're now down to about 20. So let's see what happens next.
Okay, so we seem to be making some progress because the crash data on the dashboard has now disappeared. And it's just complaining about silly little things now, like number plate lights, which is not fitted, which is great. So yeah, we are making progress, as you can see from the screen. So we'll continue doing this.
Right, so 50 odd errors has now come down to 22, and we're still continuing to make progress.
So when we started this, we had 22 errors. We're now down to 20. So that is brilliant. We are making progress. It's a long-winded process, but this is the only way to get these cars unlocked.
Alright, so Baz is continuing now to knock off each of the errors one by one. Bearing in mind, we started this about 7 o'clock in the evening, so Baz does this in his spare time. He works, does other work during the day for a main dealer. So again, slowly but surely, we're getting those errors down.
Oh, making progress again, down to 18 now. Let's see if we can see what those are. We still got the lights. Corner in. Yeah, that's fine. Coolant level. Yeah, we know about that. But the good thing is we are making some progress. Oh, electric drive is still not working though. That's a big one. We need that fixed. Okay. Let's see how we get on then.
And then we make a breakthrough. Baz is able to clear the electric motor fault. So it's now gone. There's no more electric motor faults. So this is quite a major issue. This is not the battery, because the battery we already solved. This is the electric motor, clearing the crash data from that electric motor. Let's see what happens.
Right, okay, we have made some progress. So let me take it back to the beginning again. And if you look through, we've got 15 codes now, but the good thing is none of them are to do with the motor. Electric motor is fine. Look, 11. Yeah, look. Literally, it's all the stuff that's broken that needs to be repaired. Everything else is absolutely fine. And we've got no error on the dashboard. We're still going through some stuff now, but wow, what a difference. That is brilliant.
Alright, so all is good. The electric motor code is clear. Now, the test procedure to reinstate the car involves testing the battery. So there's a test procedure in order that you have to follow, and as we were going through that, it mentioned about stepping away from the car. So this is the procedure that we're doing now.
Okay, so we're standing away from the car because Baz is doing the EV high voltage test, which is required via VW, and it also requires that anyone stands away from the car, which is what we're doing.
This is where things start to go wrong, because we cleared the motor fault, the battery was reinstated, but we couldn't get the headlight. One of the headlights just wasn't working. Couldn't get it working. Baz tried several times, and by doing that, the electric motor fault then came back again. So, you know, it was like making progress, and then we're not making progress, and then we're making progress again, and then we're not making progress. It seems like we were just going round and round in circles, and by now it's late at night, as you can see in the next clip.
Okay, 2.5 hours later, we're still at it. We got one light working. We don't have that one working. So we're trying to figure out what's going on here. But we're getting there. We are getting there.
By this time, it's about 11 o'clock. It's getting late. We're both getting tired. So I decided to call it quits, and we agreed to reconvene the next day.
Right, so and we're Baz once again, and what we're doing now is we are just fixing that last remaining headlight. So it's just going to connect to my car remotely on my laptop, and hopefully we'll get that final headlight sorted.
Okay, so we get the other headlight working, and it turns out that the issue with the other headlight was that the fuse had blown, which kind of makes sense because the headlight was destroyed and it would have been on when the car had the incident. So naturally the fuse would have blown because of the short. So the headlight is working, but by bringing the headlight online, the electric motor has now gone offline again. So we're going round and round in circles. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so as you can see, we keep losing the electric motor. So we get it working, and every time Baz is clearing it on Otis, it keeps on coming back. So it starts and then it goes. So we're now at a stage where it's gone again, and he's now having to try and sort that out. So it's almost like 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or 1 step forward and 2 steps back, but we will continue to persevere.
And then a breakthrough.
Okay, so I think we've got it, gents. Baz is just doing some last minute tidying up, but if you look at our error codes, you see that we've only got some really basic ones now that are up there, stuff that is still needs to be repaired by me. So we are looking very good. Brilliant. Now the fiery test is, will the electric motor work? Let's do it now. Hold your breath, everyone. I'm going to put it into gear. Now I'm not sure I can do this one-handed because I need to put my hand on the brake. Let me come back to you on this.
Okay, so after I've rearranged my camera, because obviously I can't press the brake with my hand and hold the camera, we now are going to attempt first start. So first start is to get the wheels running. If we get the wheels running, then we know that when we get the car on the ground, we're going to be able to drive it. Will it start? Will it work? Let's find out.
Right, this is it now, folks. This is the make or break moment. Now we're going to start the car. going to make a lot of noise, but what we're going to hope to see is that when we stick it into gear, we should get a ready come up. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Well, we did have ready. Let's try that again. Still not working. Let's see what faults we got coming up now. Engine, have we got an engine one yet? A yellow one is okay, we can deal with that. It's a red one that's a problem. Okay, we haven't got a red one, so let's turn the car off. Right, car is off. Car back is on. It's going to complain like nobody's business. Okay, we got our 10 errors. Let's try that again then. Okay. Seems to be going into gear and then back out again. So not sure what's going on there. So it's almost like it's ready, but it's not. Does that make sense? So maybe we need to go and do some... Yeah. Oh, I don't know what to do with this car. Really is frustrating. Alright, I'm going to get my VCDS and see if we can clear it. The level of frustration in this car is immense. You know, with the advancement of technology in vehicles, it has made it increasingly difficult to service or to repair, because with electric motors and electric components, it's so much easier to lock features in vehicles, whereas a motor, a conventional petrol engine car, much simpler to work on. There's a theme here. So, car's obviously not started and we need to try and do something. So, I mentioned I was going to get a VCDS. In the end, I got OBD11, and that was just to do a blanket clearing down of some of the codes. Let's see what happens. Will this work? The next clip will this will be the decider. Right, as you can see there, I'm running the OBD11. I've just cleared down all the faults. So I'm going to try again now. So the car is on. Let's just clear that off. Let's put it into gear and see if it works this time. Alright, so this time it stayed. I got my foot on the brake. Let's just check the back wheels. Foot release and... Yes! Yes! Oh, fantastic. At last. Yes, it's working. I cannot believe this. Right, let's stick her in reverse. We should get the rear view camera coming up. Stick her in park. Okay, reverse. And there we have it. Rear view camera. Does the wheels move? What a relief. Right. That is a result. We should see the rear view camera out. Yep, there she is. Rear view camera is out. Give him a bit of a clean. Brilliant. Okay. What a relief. Right, so we have traction, folks. The traction is working. So I guess now we can start building out the car and putting her back together, because that is a task that's open. But we've got the wheels working, and that is a major I'm so happy, as you can probably tell. Right, okay, All right, I think with all the excitement, I think that should do it, because we got to get this battery mounted. The battery is still not put in place yet. We've got to get the seats in, the rear airbags, not to mention all the cladding and the covering, and put the curtain there. There's lots still to do in this car, but now that we've got this done, we're in a very good place to make some real fine and quick progress. All right, let's go for a bit of a summary.
So as you can see, got the car running, and I am overjoyed because that was a major hurdle with this car. It was the one thing that was really worrying me. With all the challenges, the main thing was, will we be able to get the authorization to clear the crash codes down and to get those wheels running? And as you can see, after a lot of pain and suffering, we got it all working, and the headlights are all working fine as well. So hopefully that will be our last challenge. Yes, we still got the body work to do, and that's going to be another challenge in itself, but the main thing is that the wood car moves. So we can mount the battery, which will be next week's project, get the rear seat belts fitted as well, and get the seats in the car as well, get the car into the garage so we can do the final fit out of the car. So this has been one of those roller coaster episodes, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, and you are just a casual viewer of this channel, don't forget to click on the subscribe button down below, press the bell notification so that you're notified whenever we release a new video, and subscribing to this channel is free. So thank you for viewing this. Next week's not so much of a roller coaster episode will be now on the up in terms of getting the interior sorted and getting those seats all ready for that first drive. And there's one lesson that I've learned from this car is that I am never going to do another electric EV car on this channel. Famous last words. No, I think I'll be starting to do petrol vehicles going forward, and that's now that we've got two long-term vehicles. That's it. EVs, love you, but end of the road. Anyway, see you next week. Have a good one.